Oh, crap. Oh, focus. No. Houston, we are sitting on the bump stops. Completely sitting on the bump stops. No, it won't focus. Well, shit. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah, it's sitting on the bump stops. Yeah, completely sitting on the bump stops. Huh. Oh, we're not even... Oh. Nice. Shit. With flipping the leaves, I bet these leaf springs are worn out, and so I think instead of a 4-inch drop, I think we got more like a 5 or a 6-inch drop, which leaves very little room for suspension travel. Yeah, check this out. Whoop. What is up, Known Motors YouTube? We are back at the home shop, redoing everything that we did in the prior video of this axle swap project. Scratch that. We're back again. As you just saw, the truck is sitting on the bump stops. The original leaf springs completely worn out. That's why they didn't go boing when I took them apart. They just kind of like literally fell apart in my hands because the leaves were flat. They were just flat. So by flipping the main leaf over, just ruined everything. So we got some new leaves on order that are just drop leaf springs, and I also didn't like the way the diff was pointed up to the moon when it was bolted down to those leaf springs, specifically because like it's parallel. The drive shaft is parallel to the ground with the truck sitting that low. So I didn't want any problems in the future. So we're back at the home garage. I literally just finished cutting and re-welding everything. So don't let it stop you not having a garage at your actual house, because I'm welding in a tent. So what I did now is, this axle is obviously upside down. So I have a little angle finder. This is my 0 point. There we go. So got this 90 degrees, or I guess, straight up and down. And then so I put these, cut them off, re-welded them back on so they are at 0. So that this axle will be parallel to the ground, or at least, the nose of it will be parallel to the ground, because the truck sits so low, and the way I mounted the rotary engine in it, I know there's like math to this, and there's supposed to be a 5-degree, or the drive shaft needs to be a specific angle. The drive shaft in the truck currently is still a 2-piece drive shaft, and I don't know. Lowered mini truck life, I think we throw all of that out the window. Please put it in the comments and tell me I'm wrong. I don't really give a shit, so we're moving forward with this. So I gently welded, because these are new, so I was trying to not get the axle tubes super hot. But I did much better job welding these on this time. So we got these pretty much level. I mean, they might be like a 1 degree off, but like, yeah, cut them both back off, re-welded them back on. I'm losing daylight, so there we go. Just good old handy dandy MIG welder. I'm 99.9% sure I put them back in the same spot, the distance between here and here, and then obviously this distance between them themselves. So when I first cut these brackets off, this axle came out of a Isuzu Trooper, which is a 4-wheel drive, relatively lifted SUV. These brackets, as like a baseline to the nose of the diff, were at like a 27-degree angle. So that was the diff would be pitched to the sky. So since we are in lowered mini truck life, I welded them back on level. The first time I welded them back on in the video that you just saw in part 2, I thought a 10-degree angle was going to be what I needed, though I didn't realize how low this was. The truck already sat. So using the old axle as a reference point kind of was, I don't know, didn't really cross my mind, but I don't think those are going to work either. So with this new theory that everything is going to be level, parallel to the ground, so the truck is going to sit, we need a couple inches of suspension travel. And the old leaf springs were obviously flat, and by flipping the leaf, I ruined them completely. And then the whole bushing situation was a freaking nightmare, and I'm just tired of it. Absolutely tired of it. So I ordered some Belltech springs, and they'll be here soon, so I can get this axle back under the truck with the new springs. That should lock in our ride height. I'll get some new shocks for the back because I didn't realize how much, because I still have standard shocks in the back. You know, travel is significantly decreased as we're doing this. Didn't really matter with the lowering blocks because that doesn't move the shock mount, but now with lowering springs, that does move the shock mount up, so that the shock itself now needs to be shorter. So we'll order some shocks, though I gotta get this mocked up before I do that. So that is the next step, to get this axle back to my garage and get it fitted back under the truck with the new leaf springs, and then I'm going to remeasure my drive shaft. I don't think that's going to change, but I just want to double check before I send it out to get it cut and welded and shortened with a new yoke welded onto it, because I have to get the Mazda drive shaft with the flange for this Isuzu axle to be married. And before I go and spend $150 on a shop to do that for me, I just want to double and triple check my measurements. So that's what we're going to do next. Alright, we're back at the garage now. My leaf springs showed up a couple days ago, so we're out here playing with the truck again. I ordered some 3-inch lowering leaves from Belltech. Flipping the leaf spring, as you guys saw, it didn't work out. My old leaf springs were completely worn out, and the truck was sitting on the bump stop. So, new plan: fresh leaf springs, lowering leaf springs, so we don't have to run the drop blocks. Because I didn't want to deal with putting the leaf springs back, the original leaf springs back how they were, because it was a pain in the ass to do all that nonsense. So, ordered these, came in. These are Belltech leaf springs for the Mazda pickup truck. They're pretty stout, super heavy. I mean, they weigh like 30 pounds a piece. They got 3 leaves, and according to their website, it'll drop the truck 3 inches from stock height. After trying to get it up in there the first time, the bushing is, this bushing was a little wide for the bracket. Focus camera there. A little wide for the bracket, so I just massaged about a 1/4 inch off of it on either side for this front bracket. It was just gonna be way too tight if I tried to press it up in there, so we just massaged a little bit of the rubber off, and we got the axle back under here ready to go on its new leaf springs. I re-welded these back on, as you saw previously. I was just not happy with the angle of the nose of the diff. So we're on our way. Hopefully by the end of the day, we'll be figuring out the brake system when I put this back together. As you can see dangling here, this is the original Mazda truck soft line that goes to the axle. I need to check this fitting. Hopefully the new soft line that goes to these brakes will just screw in right there, and we'll be on our way. The bushing situation now, I have purchased way too many damn bushings for this truck. I ordered, like I said, ordered some and for the old leaf springs, and they sort of worked. These bushings are the ones I got off Rockauto. They fit in there pretty nicely. So the Belltech leaf springs do already come with bushings, obviously. So half of the bushings I ordered, I'm not using, and so it's whatever. So the shackle situation now changed a little bit more. So I went to the hardware store and got more bolts because the original shackles were just so rusty that I didn't want to run them. So now I got some new ginormous bolts, but these fit into these Belltech bushings quite nicely. So these will slide in back in here, and they're 18 millimeter bolts. So those will be back for the rear shackle. They might be a little long, but I'd rather have them a little long than short. And so these are the shackle brackets. I'm gonna have to hog out the hole again because we got a bigger bolt. We were running these 12 millimeter ones. Since these bushings, since the eye of the bushing is larger, so I would just wanted the bolt to fit tight. I mean, these are just generic hardware store bolts. I mean, they'll work. Grade 8. Zinc plated. They'll work for what we need to do. So now I'm going to get this leaf spring under the other side of the truck. I mean, it's really straightforward. There is no how-to here. All right, take 2 with putting the truck back on the ground. I didn't do a little video of this time. So, super excited about this. So much better. We're not sitting on the bump stops this time. We got sick fitment of now the wheel and the wheel arch. I love it. So, not as low as we were before. Thank goodness, because we were on the bump stops. I didn't put the bump stops on this time. Now, there's about 3-4 inches between the top of the axle and the bottom of the frame. Keep in mind, my frame is stock. It's not C-notched. Might be in the future. I know it's kind of hard to tell. There we go. Camera's clean now. I know it's kind of hard to tell in my shop because I can't necessarily get a huge angle of it. But if I go wide lens, there we go. So, much better fitment. We still got a little bit of room between here and here, so that's good. So we don't rub immediately. So if I can see in there, yeah. So that's about 3 inches between the top of the axle and the frame. So that'll be perfect. Now the nose of the diff is pretty much horizontal at this point, which is exactly what I wanted. So now it's sitting a little nose high, but that was to be expected. There we go. Yeah, buddy. This is gonna be sick. Little nose high, but that's okay. We're gonna re-index the torsion bars to get that just a couple inches lower. That's what we wanted. So, Belltech springs were a good move. I have more invested in the springs than I do the axle now, but it's okay. It's okay. The springs should make the truck ride so much better. Hopefully not like a lowered truck, but I mean, it is lowered truck mini life. So, not expecting, sports car cloud smooth by any means, but if we can throw some stuff in the bed, maybe throw that dirt bike, my dirt bike in the bed and take it to the track, I think will be great. So we are finally on the exciting step of this process. We got the axle all repainted from the second adjustment to the leaf spring purchase. We got all new soft lines going on. We're reusing the original hard line. It's still in good shape. So we're getting that all mocked up for the final time. And we'll put the axle back under the truck, painted those up. Got some good prep, got them down to bare metal, shot them with some primer, and then, yeah, garage paint job, it's gonna be okay. So then we're coming back under here, got everything prepped to go back in. All new bushings, everything that needs grease has grease on it. And the parking brake cable situation is getting resolved. Cut the bump stops some more. And yeah, it's still gross. I don't have any way to wash the truck unless I literally come around here with buckets. So we're gonna take it to the car wash immediately as soon as we get out of here. Alrighty, so I got all the brakes put back together except for the emergency brake cables. Those will come later. Everything's assembled. We bled the brakes. And now with the truck's on the ground, we're ready to go for a little test spin. There's the beautiful rotary engine inside my beautiful pickup truck. Close the hood one-handed. Here we go. Yeah. Alright, now we're gonna do a little test drive. Make sure everything works so we got brakes. Do a little test stop. Make sure the brakes are working. Give it a little free rev. The axle was chirping so hard because this diff is welded solid. So it was super interesting to experience that for the first time. The nose of the truck is sitting so tall because we haven't adjusted that yet at all at this point.